Hi guys. First and foremost, let me just say my prayers and thoughts are with Joe, aka Roman Reigns. On Raw, he announced that his battle with leukemia is back, and um, that hits very close to me because I've had family members and friends die from cancer. One of my teachers died from cancer, so I love that he. One thing I love that despite all the sadness, he didn't seem broken down and sad. He seemed like a person that's like, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna kick cancer's ass, and you're gonna see me back. And I love that. That gives me hope. And I love that you have people like Paul Heyman and even Braun said, when Roman Reigns kicks cancer's ass, he's getting a US he's getting a title shot. So I love that. It very much gives me hope, and it makes me happy that to see that he's positive and that he's not being negative about it. And that's really good. That's a really positive process to deal with and to go with when it comes to cancer. You never want to think negative ever. And Renee mentioning her husband Dean and how close they are, and just everyone just crying and breaking down. Seth, his face, my God, like, but yeah, thoughts and prayers to him and his family. He's gonna get through it. I have faith, and I'm going to continue to pray and send him well wishes and send his family well wishes. So yeah. Now let's get on to the segments. It was the go home week for Evolution, so let's get started. Raw. Excuse me. First segment is Sarah with Natty and Bailey versus Sasha with Sarah. Lord have mercy. Sasha with Natty and Bailey versus Ruby with Sarah and Liv. Sasha's gear is really cute. When Ruby kicked Sasha and her face landed on top of the ring post and she fell to the floor, I like that spot. I like that when Sarah and Liv got in Sasha's face, she didn't back down. Said she knocked them down. Ruby got the win with the ride kick, which, by the way, can she please get a new freaking finisher? Like, I've seen that kick I don't know how many fucking times. Mia Yim, Gail Kim, what's that dude's name? I think Xavier even uses it. Like, we have too many fucking people using that damn kick. Can you do something else, please? Powerbomb, submission, something. Just no. Leave that kick. Use that kick as a setup to your finisher. I don't care, but no. That's like Bailey's belly to belly. Like, no. Certain moves, you need to have a certain stature of yourself to use as finisher. And those two moves, with the people that are doing them, it's not believable to me that they could finish a match. Really good match though. I did like it. At Evolution, it'll be Natty, Sasha, and Bailey versus the Riot Squad, which was expected, at least to me, especially since the Riot Squad, Natty and Bailey weren't put in the Battle Royal, and we knew that none of them were gonna get a singles one-on-one match. And Sasha, what hurt her was her getting injured like a month before. So if anyone thought that they were gonna have her build and like she literally just came back. She literally just started working wrestling events this weekend. So like clearly there wasn't enough time for them to build a storyline and all that because she couldn't wrestle. So it was either the 6-woman tag where it has a little bit of build, or the Battle Royal. Choose your pick. But I was cool with the segment. Then Nikki and Rhonda's contract signing is up next. The last time the Bellas were part of the contract signing was when Brie was the main event of Raw when Brie did hers against Stephanie for the co-main event of SummerSlam, and Nikki's doing hers with Ronda Rousey for the main event of Evolution. So it's just so great that I could say that. Like, I could say that my two favorites, the two people that suck, have these two big accomplishments that rarely anyone is able to say. So it makes me really proud to be a Bella fan, and especially a Nikki stan. Um, a sane one though, unlike some of these other ones. Nikki is practicing punches when she gets in the ring. I love that. Ronda's outfit is weird, but it works for her. I don't know what it is about it, but eh. Ronda said and as I said, when it comes to these type of things, I like to do what each person says all together instead of back and forth because it's easier for me that way. Ronda says she didn't come to beat up Nikki. She just wants to make sure Nikki signs the contract so she can beat her up legally on Sunday, and she's not gonna get physical. And she has her word. And she said she'll end Nikki come Sunday. She gives Nikki her word. Then she turns her back on the Bellas and walks away. Now here's what Nikki said. Nikki said Ronda's here to fight. The Bellas are here for a contract signing. And the last place they'll fight Ronda is in Providence, Rhode Island. Nikki basically said that Ronda's word doesn't mean shit because of the promises that Ronda made to her mom, like how she'll win the Olympics, win the championships like her mother did, and how she'd leave UFC undefeated, which all ended up not happening. So those were some really great shots. Nikki said that Ronda's mother is already ashamed of her, and imagine what her mother will think when a diva, which I love that Nikki is keeping that name alive, when a diva beats you for the title. Nikki slaps Ronda across the face so hard she left her cheek red, which I freaking love, and she stood there waiting for Ronda to do something like a boss bitch, so that was great for me. The Bellas and Ronda will be on the talk on Thursday, so we'll see if they have a little altercation. Really good segment. They let Nikki get the upper hand on the mic, and she did great, so I liked that. It showed that Nikki not only isn't afraid to get personal, but she's also willing to stand there waiting for Ronda to do something, so she really is fearless and she's not afraid. Ronda showed that she has no respect for the Bellas, so it fits her badass character. I also love that they didn't have them brawl like they normally do for contract signings, so we don't know what the chemistry will be like between them. So that makes us want to see the match even more because we won't know what to expect. Like with Stephanie and Brie, we saw a little bit of interaction of Brie putting on a couple moves and Stephanie putting on some stuff on Brie. And we saw that they had chemistry. So we knew that the match would likely be on the better side than the worst side. With this, we don't know. But I'm positive that they'll deliver. So yeah, really good segment. Really liked it. Definitely my favorite women's segment of the night for sure. There were many promos by Nia and Dana about what they're going to do in the Battle Royal and why they deserve a women's title shot. And then Ember versus Dana versus Nia versus Tamina in a fatal 4-way. Ember got the Eclipse on Tamina for the win. The only issue I had with the match was that it was like 1 minute long. They could have at least given them 5. But other than that, it put over the Battle Royal and the Raw stars that are in the Battle Royal. So it did its job. I was okay with it. They also aired a great promo package for Alexa and Mickey versus Lita and Trish, starting with Alexa's Moment of Bliss segment about Trish, and it covered everything up until last week. So that was really cool. I like that. And then Mickey and Alicia tried to ambush Lita and Trish, throwing them into equipment backstage. However, Lita and Trish got the upper hand and laid both of them out. Some of the bumps they took back there were horrendous, good lord. Trish and Lita leave saying that's how they did it in the Attitude Era. Another nice segment to get their match over, and I like that this was a physical one, and it was true to how Mickey, Trish, and Lita were back in the day, and Alicia, because Alicia used to scrap and beat up some girls too. But the Raw women definitely put on a good show for me tonight. My definitely favorite segments of the night probably was the Nikki and Ronda contract signing, and then Roman's thing, and then the tag match at as a main event. And I feel like if not for Roman's announcement, then the contract signing would have main evented most likely. But given what happened, I was perfectly fine with the main event being what it was. Ronda and Nikki was basically the co-main event, so I wasn't too upset. Now, on to SmackDown Women's segments. First and foremost, they announced that for the pre-show Evolution panel, it'll be Paige, Renee, and Beth. So I was cool with that. The announcers for the pay-per-view will be Michael Cole, most likely, so everything can stay on task. And like Renee and Chelsea said, women's evolution, women's empowerment does not exclude men. It's not a uppraise women and bash men. It's about the uplifting of women. And if a man is going to be there to help do that, then he should be there. I have no issues with that, especially since it's Michael, and Michael does really good at uplifting the women's segments and, putting over the women in the segment. So I have no issues with that. I definitely rather him more than Corey, especially since his commentary on the Mae Young Classic has been really cool. So it's going to be Michael, Beth, and Renee. So I'm good with that because they've had some experience with each other. They bounce off of each other well. And like I said, if things get off task, Michael is there to help bring it back on task. So I'm good with that. There's also going to be a red carpet for interviews on the pre-show where Lillian will return to do some interviews as well as some regular and new interviewers. So I'm okay with that. I feel like they probably did the red carpet to help get the Total Bellas and Total Divas fans to tune into the show early, which totally understandable. They know that all the women on the show are in the match or at the show, so they're gonna watch it. But they probably didn't know about the pre-show. Now they know that there's a red carpet, and they know that their girls will likely show up on that red carpet, so they're gonna watch it. Totally get that. Totally understand that. Totally think it's a smart move. Plus, just because they're athletes and this is a wrestling show doesn't mean they have to stop being feminine. I hate when people think that because you're a woman, because you're an athlete, you can't wear a dress or you can't be feminine. Fuck that. I could kick your ass in a dress and high heels if I fucking want to. I just choose to put on wrestling gear, if we're gonna be really honest. So, I don't mind that. So I'm perfectly fine with it, and I'm not gonna judge it before I see it. Also, depending on how it goes, I might add those reviews to my review on Sunday. So yeah. So first segment for SmackDown for the women. Time to find out what really happened at the Performance Center between Becky and Charlotte. The video shows that Becky started the fight with Charlotte, then they brawl and they have to be pulled apart. Okay, so standard. I was cool. Now when it comes to what was said to the video, Charlotte in the video told the NXT women respect yourself and respect others. Don't let anyone walk all over you, but don't look down on anyone because you'll never know when you're gonna need a hand. So that fits her face character. I was okay with that. And then Becky in the video told the NXT women, don't make friends because they'll hold you back and blindside you when they get the chance. So some questionable advice from the heel that thinks she's right. So that works for her character as well. Charlotte said at Evolution she won't be standing over an opponent. She'll be standing over a friend who lost her way. She promises that because she's the greatest. Woo! and we know it. Um, this Sunday at Evolution, it's not going to be about who's the last friend standing. It's going to be about who's the last woman standing. So fine segment. It was nice to see Charlotte finally get some shine since the story has mainly been about Becky. So I was cool with it and it fit her character. Honestly, Becky, not trying to be funny, she's become stale to me. I still like her, but her fans act like she's the best thing since sliced fucking bread, and nothing that she's done is really groundbreaking to me. I'm not saying she's doing anything bad, but it's pretty much the same thing every week since her heel turn. So, but it was a good segment. I liked it. Didn't mind it at all. Mandy and Sonya do an interview before the show starts. And instead of a singles match against Naomi, they challenge Naomi to a tag team match. It's going to be Naomi and Asuka versus Mandy and Sonya. I love Naomi's gear. I don't know why, but the combination of orange and the leopard print and how they blended that, fucking amazing. Sandra, awesome job, girl. I also hope that you made Nikki's Evolution gear. But it really works for her. I loved it. The tag match wasn't able to start because basically the whole roster comes down. The whole roster comes out and it's a preview for the Battle Royal. Zelina thinks she's won. Then she turns around to a huge kick to a huge kick to the head by Asuka that sends her out the ring. All the women got a little shine, whether it was their entrance or promo or what they did in the ring, so I was okay with it. Also, happy birthday, Carmella. So, yeah. And then that was all for the SmackDown women. SmackDown women was cool. And then the NXT UK women's segments, it was Dakota Kai versus Killer Kelly. I liked the standing double stomp and then the knee to the face by Dakota. Dakota wins with I think the double stomp. And this was a really good match. I liked it. But yeah, so that was the go home review for all three shows. You guys will see me in the Mae Young Classic review tonight, the last episode, okay, where we get the announcement of the match. And I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to do any spoilers before the show. But we'll get that match announcement. And then tomorrow you will get another women's match review. And then on Friday, tomorrow you'll get another women's match review. And you will get my women's comments, okay? And then on Friday, if I have any women's comments that come after, that interest me after my video, I will talk about them on Friday in my pay-per-view talk video, okay? And then on Sunday, you will get a women's match review early in the day, and then my women's Evolution review. So, about 4 to 5 videos coming up. So, I will see you guys later on tonight. I just got done cooking some steak and some deviled eggs and some pineapple. And now I'm about to do these mashed potatoes. So, I will see you guys later. Bye.